We turn our attention to Uganda, which has seen a spike in teenage pregnancy since schools were shut due to the pandemic. Rights groups warn that lockdowns have exposed girls who would otherwise have been in class to sexual exploitation and abuse and unwanted pregnancies.
Viola Echicho is 17 years old and already has a baby. She was a student in eastern Uganda until schools closed last year to stop the spread of COVID-19. Viola returned home and then got pregnant.
I was afraid. My mum was so angry with me. I ran away from home but returned later.
While her school remained closed, Viola helped her mother run a restaurant. That's where she met the man who impregnated her. Viola's mother says that her daughter was safe in school.
If the schools hadn't closed, she wouldn't have gotten pregnant. That's a fact.
This is Viola's school. Like all schools across the country, it remains closed and abandoned. The teachers here are worried that the more their students are kept from school, the more these teenagers are exposed to abuse.
During
this time at home, kids have learned things that we didn't know about at their age. Remember, this is a digital age where children watch pornography on phones and try out stuff. Even the churches that would have helped the children remain closed. So many kids are largely on their own.
According to government figures before the pandemic, 1 out of 4 adolescent girls fell pregnant in Uganda. This has grown to nearly 1 in 3 girls in some villages. The UNFPA also blames the growth in teenage pregnancies on rising poverty.
If like a girl doesn't have money to buy pads, for example, and there's someone who can provide some money for the pad, then they find that they are vulnerable. Those who are poor, they tend to marry off the girls. It's like a business. The moment they marry off the girls, definitely then they get a bride price in terms of animals, in terms of money.
In Uganda, sex with a minor below the age of 18 is punishable with a maximum sentence of death. But the police say that prosecution is challenging. Victims are often compromised by cultural traditions, which mostly protect the male culprit.
We have a lot of cultural beliefs that are very harmful. Child marriage in some communities is allowed. People think some of these cases are not police matters. They don't even report them to police. They go, they sit with the LOC, they exchange gifts.
The government is now vaccinating teachers to fast-track the reopening of schools. Viola hopes to resume studies, but with a baby to take care of, learning may never be the same for the young mother.